Prior to implementing Cityworks, I would say Horry County was stubby pencil and paper. We didn't have a work order management system at all, especially for stormwater engineering, public works. They were really the driving force in wanting to move to a digital system. Our policy for Horry County is that we won't look at enterprise applications that are not GIS-centric. Everything a local government does is tied to the map. And so any applications we deploy need to be GIS-centric in nature. So that was really core to us as we move forward, and fortunately stormwater felt the same way, that if they were going to have a work order management system and track all of their stormwater easements and permits and all of that, it needed to be GIS based.
One of the things that we were looking for in terms of my mission coming on board was looking for an enterprise application that enabled us to be flexible according to the needs of each department and allowed us to customize it so that we could meet those needs, and not only meet them but surpass them, and then grow in functionality for the future. We needed to develop standards so that we could properly train the departments and build this rapport between departments on how to use the system. So by using Cityworks on an enterprise approach, it allowed departments to talk to other departments and, oh, I'm using this feature. Oh, well, how can we use that feature? And it kind of built up in functionality and efficiencies, and departments could feed from another department in terms of how they're using it and how they could apply it.
In about 2000, the stormwater ordinance was passed and stormwater fees, and then the necessity to start maintaining stormwater easements and cleaning up the detention ponds and all of the tributaries feeding into them. With all of the development that was taking place in Horry County, all of these subdivisions now ended up with retention ponds and stormwater systems. There was still a need to track all of the ditch cleaning, so their management of the stormwater system became huge. Horry County is over 1,200 square miles. Keeping track of all of the requests that were coming in was becoming a monumental task. They may get a request to go in and clean out a creek or a tributary, but it might take months before they had all of the required easements and necessary documents before they could move forward on actually accomplishing the work order. And they really needed a system where they could track getting all of those easements, all of the permits, anything that was associated with the work order. Horry County also has over 700 miles of dirt/gravel roads that have to be graded on a regular basis. So tracking all of those regular work orders, cyclical work orders, was important to them, being able to tell when it was graded last, who was there, the last time the grader was down their roads. We also have building and grounds maintenance for the detention center. We have over 60 buildings in the county that are maintained, including all of the fire stations, libraries, county buildings. So work order maintenance for the maintenance department was critical. Our future development plans are really to move to the mobile aspect, and more mobile for our citizens to be engaged than mobile for our staff to be able to deal with it, whether it be from the county's website or from mobile devices such as iPhones or iPads or smartphones. Because let's face it, citizens would much rather take a picture and submit a service request than have to call somebody and give them their information. If they can do it from their phone or from home, they would much rather do that than having to make a phone call and get passed around from department to department. So that's really the next phase for us as far as Cityworks goes.
Some of the things that were unusual when we initially started this project, we were really looking for public works, for roads and infrastructure and repairs, our maintenance for that. We were looking for basically work order type things that were happening within our operations. But we quickly found that with the robust nature of Cityworks, we were able to move it into our public safety realm, with regard to FEMA reporting and cost allocation, and we were able to look at it from an airport standpoint with cost on that. So we continue to turn each corner, we continue to look and grow, and we continue to expand on the use of Cityworks, and basically getting that payback for the investment that's just invaluable and growing with us in the future.